Hello everybody and welcome back to Britney's Mystics, your place to find all things tarot, intuition, and magic. Now, my name is Britney. I'm a tarot reader and I've been reading tarot for a little over 2.5 years now. And my goal is just to help and guide people with my gifts and through the art of tarot. And if you are new here, welcome. It is so nice to meet you. Please stick around, subscribe, check out all my other social medias down below. I'm on Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, I have it. All of my handles are under Britney's Mystics, and all of the cards that I will be using today will also be linked down below. And if you are a returning supporter, subscriber, watcher, welcome back and thank you so much for your support. It truly means the world to me. All right, so with all of that being said, jumping into today's video, it is going to be a just general collective message about this new moon solar eclipse happening June 10th, Thursday in Gemini. So before I get into the actual message, I wanted to pull a Moonology card, and I pulled the new moon in Gemini card, and it says communication is key. And I actually would like just to read directly from the guidebook with this one, because I really love these cards and I really love how the authors and the creators designed them and wrote about them. So I'll go ahead and read this for you. A successful relationship usually comes down to one thing: communication. And the new moon in Gemini card is all about the start of a new cycle for communicating with the person at the center of your question. Talking things through is the answer to whatever it is you're asking about. If you can't talk to that person, you can journal about it to yourself. Emails, text messages, and all other forms of communication will also help you now. If the issue you're asking about concerns a sibling or neighbor, there's a new start coming, a time to wipe the slate clean and start over. This card could also suggest you've been too frivolous lately and need to get grounded again. But most importantly, drawing this card emphasizes the need to communicate. And to attune to the moon, it says write a list of all the people you love most and see if you're prioritizing them. A little exercise there. Some additional meanings. It says time to tell someone how you feel. Don't be all in your head and not in your heart. Someone is flirting with you, and read more books. And lastly, the teaching. Gemini is a sign of communication and socializing of ideas and travel. And the energy around it and around this card, no matter when you pull it, is speedy, gossipy, and flirtatious. The new moon in Gemini is a wonderful time to get out and socialize. Gemini loves a chat. One thing to be aware of is that this card can also indicate being mentally scattered. Daily meditations will help to unscramble crossed wires in your brain. So that was a lot, but I feel like it perfectly explains this energy. New moons are always about new beginnings, and it talks about new beginnings, especially new beginnings in like communication and relationships, which is very Gemini energy. And then I also wanted to bring up a connection I saw. This is called the Moon Sign Datebook. It is a planner, but it involves all of the cycles of the moon, and they talk about the moons for the month. And for this new moon happening, the new moon solar eclipse, it says building bridges. This is an auspicious moment to reach out and bury the hatchet with estranged friends, neighbors, and siblings. Effective, heartfelt communication will strip away any lingering emotional reactions so that you can resolve conflict through rational dialogue by focusing on problem solving. That is basically just a very short and concise little excerpt that we just read in the book. So definitely a time to, like it says, you know, if you feel like you need to make amends with anybody, now's the time to do so. And maybe if you physically can't reach out to them, whatever, you can always journal or write a letter to them, but not actually send it, but just write out your feelings as if you were going to send it. I really feel like this is just going to be a moon to really reflect, you know, on the people within our life. Do we need to cut anybody off? Do we need to remove anybody? Do we need to make amends with anybody? And the people that I do want to keep around, how can I show my love and appreciation and support for them? So that's what I feel, the overall themes and energy, just when looking at the astrology and what other people are saying with this new moon in Gemini. All right, so let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards and see what Spirit has to say for all of us here watching. All right, Spirit, connecting to everybody here watching, connecting to all of our spirit guides, your spirit teams, our angels, our ancestors that walk with us and have love for us. What message and energy do we need to know about going into this new moon solar eclipse in Gemini? All right, so right away I'm seeing the color red. Kind of like I'm seeing the color red in terms of roses, but mainly the actual color of the flowers being highlighted to me. And in the Moonology book, it talked about being scattered, the need for grounding, and red is the color connected to the root chakra. So I feel like if you do decide to do any rituals, or if you're looking for some type of a ritual to do on the new moon, do something with grounding, like ground yourself. I feel like definitely meditating, mindfulness, grounding, centering, that type of energy is going to be really key here. And especially I feel like if you do want to reach out to somebody or apologize and stuff like that, definitely ground yourself beforehand, because if you're kind of like in that scattered energy, I feel like it won't go as well. And I just got hit with a very like weird deja vu thing here, so I usually take that as a good sign that we're like on the right track here, or I'm on the right track with the message I'm giving. But anyways, let's keep going. What message do we have here, Spirit? All right, okay, first card, the moon. How fitting. Let's see what else. Let's maybe do, there we go, Four Pentacles in reverse. Almost said Page of Pentacles. And the Six of Cups, back of the deck energy. Okay, so all right, so with the Four Pentacles in reverse here, the Four Pentacles in reverse, there's definitely something that we're holding on to that's definitely going to be like almost like forced out of our hands. I was gonna say ripped out of our hands, but that does sound very aggressive, but it's gonna be definitely forced, ripped out of our hands, ripped out of our life, in terms of kind of like new cycles and new beginnings. And we're definitely going to be entering one, all of us together, whether if we are ready for it or not, with this Four Pentacles in reverse. We've been holding on to something too long, most likely something from our past that is no longer good for us, or something that we've been avoiding is going to come up from our past this new moon. And I feel like that's like the energy is going to be very not necessarily heavy, but I feel like the energy is just going to be very mellow, where you're not really going to want to do much anyways in terms of like rituals or like spell work or things like that. I feel like it's definitely just going to be a time and period of like almost, again, meditating and like reflecting and just seeing what, allowing things to be stripped away and removed. And with this moon card, we're definitely like the song Into the Unknown from Frozen is like playing in my head right now. So I feel now I'm hearing charting it into like going into uncharted territory or unmarked territory. I really feel like whatever is going to be removed or like stripped away from some of us, and whatever is going to be like whatever new cycles are going to happen, it's not going to be new or familiar. Because with the Six of Cups, it's to talk about the past, things connecting to childhood, very nostalgic type of energy, things that are most likely that we're used to and comfortable with, and we may be holding on and sticking close and not really wanting to branch off into the unknown and things that we aren't fully sure about, because we're either scared or hesitant, because we like that comfort and we like to feel safe in what we know. It's always scary to go into something that we don't know, whether if it's like a new job, a new school, any type of new cycle in our life, it can be scary, and that's understandable. Like, I get that way too. But I really feel like after this solar eclipse, new moon energy, we're going to be pushed into the unknown, into the uncomfortable, and into areas that we never really thought about going into before. But let's see, I do feel like this will be positive and good just for our growth and evolvement as, humans. But let's see what other energy comes forward. 3 of Cups in reverse, so definitely that energy of like reconciling with people that you're on bad terms with, or just simply letting go of those people from your past that just are no good for you anymore, that don't make you feel good, that you don't really have that much more control or say in the situation or the relationship with these people. And it's really time to let them go. You maybe even trying to hold on to them and put in the work to get things to maybe balance out or restore out, but I really don't feel like that work is going to pay off. All right, and with the 10 of Pentacles here, yeah, again with kind of like being pushed into uncharted or like unknown territory during this new moon cycle, it's definitely going to feel like it's going to lead to our success, especially with this Ace of Wands. It's definitely going to be bringing about new ideas, new inspiration, new creativity. If you've been feeling blocked lately, I feel like once you kind of go through this energy and go through the process of removing what's no longer good for you, removing any habits or mindsets or beliefs about your own self that make you feel less than or not good enough, removing people that don't make you feel good enough, that don't support you, I feel like those things are holding you back, and you're holding on to things that aren't good for you because you're scared of what it's going to be like without them, because that's all you know. But it's time to go into that unknown territory to bring about the success and the creativity and the abundance that you deserve. 6 of Pentacles. Below that, yeah, it's going to be, like I was saying, people like getting rid of things that don't support you, because you may be putting like your all and your effort into things and into other people, but you're not getting that same in return. And it's time to bring about the energy and the people and all of that does return that same effort and love and appreciation back into you. Having that balance, not being drained or taken advantage of, with that 6 of Pentacles energy coming out here, and below it the 6 of Cups in reverse coming out again. That energy letting you know, just because something feels nostalgic or comforting or normal or just safe doesn't mean that we have to keep it around, because if we keep holding on to things and we never evolve forward, we'll never get to where we need to go. We'll never experience all that is out there for us. All right, so that's kind of what I feel with the tarot. Now I want to pull some numerology cards to see what type of areas or themes will be present or highlighted within this energy. All right, Spirit, what else do we need to know for this new moon? Surrender. There we go. Surrendering to the new cycles, the new journey that Spirit has for us and is wanting for us. It's going to be scary. It's going to be scary at first. It's going to be hard to let go because we're so used to what we know and what we already have, and we don't want to necessarily let it go. But it's time to have that confidence to be able to surrender and, move forward into, creative success, financial success, stability, all of that. All right. Oh, and then also with the 9 here and the 1 equals a 10, very much end of cycle numerology, ending the cycle and going into a new one, surrendering to that new cycle. Wait, hold on. Remember how I was saying in the beginning I was seeing red, and then we have 2 red cards come out, and then we have the self-love card. Okay, so when I look at this, what I hear is love yourself enough to let go. Like, love yourself enough where it's time to let go of things. It's time to release the past, release the people and things that are holding you back, that don't support you in the way that you are supporting them. sometimes, just because they've been around for a long time doesn't make it a good thing. And it's time again to enter into that new period of success and all of that. And 6 + 1, that's 7. I usually see 7 as a very like spiritual, and also it can also, since for some people it does represent like financial abundance or success as well, but definitely a very spiritual number, grounding ourselves, connecting to our own self-love, connecting to our spiritual self, our spiritual team, all of that, being grounded and rooted, and knowing when it's time to let go, and surrendering when we do let it go, and surrendering to the new cycle that comes into our life. And last but not least, I wanted to pull some of these angel answer oracle cards to end the reading, just to see what else comes through. All right, Spirit, last messages. What last messages do we need to know for this new moon? All right, there we go. Here's 1. Don't stop. And let's do 1 more, please, Spirit. 1 more, Spirit. Thank you. Recovery. Okay. Oh, look. And then the back of the deck is trust. I love that. That is beautiful. Okay, so with this don't stop and then recovery card, I feel like when you keep going along this energy and journey of like surrendering and letting go of the old and stepping into the new, healing relationships that need to be healed and knowing which ones just need to be let go. Because sometimes not everything is worth our effort. Because sometimes, meant to pull that 6 of Pentacles. Sometimes things just won't be worth our time or effort. Like we won't get, the effort and time that we put into it won't get reciprocated back to us. So really have, the self-love and the confidence and like knowledge to know what is worth your effort and what is not worth your effort. But I feel like with this don't stop card, I really feel like, this may get hard at times, especially surrendering. Surrendering is very hard because we humans, I'm speaking for myself, but I know I can speak for some of y'all too. We like to control things. We like to have control. We like to be able to have some type of like knowledge of the future, some type of premise, so we at least kind of know where to go. When we drive somewhere new, we have directions. We don't just guess or blindly just drive. We like to have a roadmap or some type of guide. So it's very hard to surrender, not really have any type of thing to look at or rely on. And I feel like it's going to get hard. It's going to get scary, that moon card energy again. But I think Spirit here and our angels and our guides and whoever you work with and whoever walks with you is telling you not to stop. In those times that it does get hard, to keep trusting them, and to not stop and to keep pushing forward. Because, and then with this recovery card, like, okay, look, they're standing, they're walking, they're blowing the trumpet, but then the recovery card, they're finally like at their peace, they're meditating. If you can't, I don't know if you can really see with the light, but the person's like sitting down and like their angel or spirit guide is right there behind them, helping them, healing them. So, I kind of have this imagery kind of reminds me of like a tour guide. So it's like we're following our angels and our guides, and we're going to keep going. We're not going to stop when things get hard because we trust them, right? Kind of similar imagery with the trust card and the recovery card. Because we trust them enough that they're going to take us to where we need to go, and then they're going to help us when we get there. They're not just going to take us somewhere and drop us and leave. They're going to stay there and help us recover and get back on our feet when we feel like we've fallen. And we're going to step into the new passions, new pursuits, new creative pursuits, all of that, just new energy. But we have to kind of go through this, scary, unknown part of surrendering and trusting them. But it's going to pay off in the end. And it's going to be hard because we're going to let go of some things and we're going to feel inadequate and unsafe. But ultimately, Spirit has us and we will be exactly where we need to be at the exact right time. All right, guys, that is all the messages I have for you for this new moon solar eclipse in Gemini. If this resonated, please let me know down below. I would love to hear from y'all and talk from y'all. And if you would like to tip for this message, they're not required, but they are definitely appreciated. That information is down below as well. Again, make sure to like, subscribe, share this video with somebody who needs to hear this message, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.